Plan have been in Haiti for more than 30 years, currently working with about 42,000 sponsored children there. We had about 150 local staff working there through 4 offices. So we were very well placed to understand people's needs there. We had a programme which included work on livelihoods, on education, on health before the earthquake. Once the earthquake struck, we focused initially just on direct assistance of relief goods, and then built up programs to protect children, to get the education system started again, get children back into school, to support livelihoods so that their parents could have money to get what they need, and health. The most lasting effects on people are those inside their minds. We get distracted perhaps by the pictures of the physical problems, but in truth what people feel most and what's hardest to cope with is exactly the trauma in themselves, and most especially in their children. We've been providing psychosocial support, assessments, games for 4,000 children, and that included bringing a group of clowns over. During one of the performances from the clowns, my colleague Dr. Uni was watching. At one point, the clown pulled a red nose out from somewhere and put it on a child, and the woman standing next to Dr. Uni gasped. And he asked, "Why did you gasp at that?" She said, "Well, that child was pulled from under her mother's body, and this is the first time she's smiled since the earthquake." There's a post-disaster needs assessment done by government and the United Nations, and Plan, together with UNICEF, were concerned that children's voices wouldn't necessarily be heard. So we organised focus groups where nearly 1,000 children could take part in groups and say, this is what we think needs to be a priority. And we got those considerations fed into the big conference, which then informed the priorities for $13.5 billion worth of recovery that they're asking for. The logistics of getting goods into the country, into the right places, have been phenomenally difficult. It has been very, very difficult with the basic functions of government, which were weak before the earthquake, being so badly damaged. Land has been a real tough issue in Haiti, and so to get the permissions to build things in the right places is very slow and very difficult. But we have been working, and again, because we had good contacts with government before, we've been able to work quite effectively in many sectors, and we work in close collaboration with other organisations. The hurricane season has been a real worry for us, and although Port-au-Prince itself is not affected directly by hurricanes, the tropical storms that come in will also cause problems. We've got contingency stocks of shelter, plastic sheeting and household kits ready for distribution if a hurricane happens. We've been training the local civil protection groups to understand what to do and to be better prepared. And our own teams have got plans of what they will do if there is a hurricane. In the next 6 months, we will have made a lot more progress. We should be moving out of some of the emergency modes into a much more developmental approach, where we're looking at how do we address things in ways which is less dependent on external support and can be sustained on local capacities.